I've told so many people that there's a golf course called Wannamoisa that you should go see. It is a par 69, and I once wrote in their foreword to one of their books, I said, Wannamoisa's par of 69 should be worn like a badge of courage, because there's every shot that you have to play on that golf course, yet it's barely 100 acres. It's maybe a shade under 100 acres, but it has one par 5, but it's just filled with the most beautiful, interesting holes that you could want.
You're thinking going there, well, it's going to be really tight. And it's not tight at all. I mean, the fairways are big and broad, and some places they sort of tie together here and there. They've done a great restoration job on that in recent years, thinning out trees, getting the fairways back out to the widths that they were originally. You know, some really interesting property right around the clubhouse. You know, there's deep hollow that you hit over on the first hole, and then the second hole turns around and comes back into a low area, and then there's that little third hole in the corner that's sort of an iconic Ross hole. A great set of greens, you know, terrific golf course.
I also think that because he evolved in his style, it's very clear to me, for example, early on, his first designs right around and after World War I, there's a lot of irregular bunkering, and as he gets older and as the golf ball and the equipment develop, he becomes a little more strategic, he becomes a little more parsimonious in his placement of bunkers. They're not quite as random. So Wannamoisa, for example, which held the PGA in 1931, you can see the change as the clubs changed, and also sand bunkers, the advent of the sand wedge. So his designs changed and evolved. He adapted his style.
So, you know, a course doesn't have to be 7,500 yards to test people. In the end, at the reflection of the round, did most people hit every club in their bag? Probably did on every Donald Ross course. He wanted people, yes, he wanted people to be tested, but after all, he said golf should be a pleasure, not a penance.
Almost anybody who's anybody in golf as a player has played in the Northeast Amateurs. It's very impressive. I mean, you've seen the board out there of the people that have won this tournament, the David Duvalls and John Cook and Dustin Johnson, people like that, Luke Johnell. But what's more impressive are the guys that played in this tournament that didn't win it. They got together one day and decided that it would be nice to have a real first-class medal play golf tournament here in New England, in Rhode Island. And so they put this tournament together. They called it the Northeast Amateur. And the idea at the beginning was to have it 1 year at Wannamoisa, 1 year at Rhode Island Country Club, and two clubs would alternate every other year to have the tournament. And they would get the best golfers from the Northeast to play in this tournament.
Our 2016 Northeast Amateur champion with a score of 6 under par, 270, Fred Widdell.
This is my favorite amateur invite tournament in the entire world, and it's a pleasure just to be here, let alone win. I've never been in position to win a tournament of this magnitude. I made it to the semis at the USAM, but obviously wasn't in the final match to win it all. But
winning the Northeast Am was definitely very big for me. It was it was one of my biggest amateur wins, and it was a win where I think I started 5 or 6 back on Sunday. It was a really tough day, windy. The course was playing firm and fast, and I just played a really solid round. I didn't even feel like I was playing that well, and then I looked back like through 8 holes, and I think I was playing with Kyle Stanley, and he was one ahead of me, and then I think we were both leading the tournament, but he was one ahead, so I knew at that point obviously I had a good chance to win. And I remember obviously played very well coming down the stretch there, and ended up winning it. But for me, it was a great win, and it was a great tournament, and I love the golf course, and I couldn't be more proud of it.
And a big shot on 17, I take it?
Yeah, well, I hit my first drive out of bounds with 17, and then came back. I think I still, made par or bogey. I can't remember, but the golf course was playing very difficult, but it was a lot of fun, and I just remember what a great tournament it was, and what great memories I have there. And congratulations to all the juniors who made the Northeast Am this year. Welcome to the tournament. I hope you have a great week.